What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from sneakerfiles.com, recapping the news, and like always, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. And before I jump into that, shout out to you guys because we surpassed 98,500, so less than halfway to 99,000 subscribers, almost at that 100K milestone. So once again, I just want to say thank you. Now, as for some of the highlights in this video, we have a rumor that Supreme and Jordan Brand will collaborate on 2 colorways of the Air Jordan 14. We have another preview of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low collaboration, a lot of new images on upcoming Air Jordan 1 releases, and still there's a lot more from Jordan Brand. Other than that, we got a little bit from Nike and Adidas, but without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Recently, Neighborhood connected with Adidas Originals along with Bape to release 2 collaborations, which was on the Pod S3.1 and the NMD TS1. Now Neighborhood is back and they're going to release 2 Adidas Ultra Boost models, which forms the Thunderbolt pack. One pair comes in black, the other in white, and both feature running bolts running down the toe. As for Neighborhood's branding, that lands on the heel counter as well as the insole, and then finishing the 2 is a white Boost midsole. So as of now, a release will take place on April 27th. There isn't a retail price, and this release will be exclusive to Neighborhood's website. A wider release is expected to take place, but as of now, the date is unknown. We have another Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 to showcase. Now, first up, we don't know if this is going to release or not. I'll get to more on that in a second. But as you can see, it comes in the zebra theme. This is also a sample, and it comes highlighted with a translucent stripe across the panels. Now, obviously, the difference here would be that it lacks SPLY 350 in red that runs across the side. And like I mentioned, we have a translucent stripe across the panel. And the midsole and outsole, it doesn't have that two-tone look like the first zebra release. Now, as for the release information, we don't have any. This is a sample. They could release, they may not. But in the comments section below, let me know if this pair does drop, would you pick them up? We have preview images of 3 colorways of John Elliott's Nike LeBron Icon collaboration, and going over those colorways, the first one comes in black and gray, the second features white and cell, while the third, probably the loudest of the 3, uses bright yellow neon and Volt. Now, of these 3, it's only known about one releasing, and that is the black and gray pair. And that colorway is expected to drop this spring, possibly even summer. But to be honest, that is a rumor as well. It's not 100% confirmed. But we should be hearing more information on the black pair very soon, as well as the 2 other colorways. Last up from Nike, we have more images as well as a release date for the Atmos Nike LeBron 16 Low Clear Jade. Now, in the last video, I showed you just a preview. That's all we had. But just a preview of the heel and somewhat of the side. It's a good representation of what's to come. Also, from these images, I don't see any branding from Atmos, so I don't think this is an actual collaboration, just a release inspired by their collaboration, which is the Elephant Air Max 1. Now, this pair is set to release at Atmos locations on April 27th. Currently, a global release is unknown. A lot of people are upset about this. They feel more retailers should have them. Well, at least that's what I'm seeing on Twitter and Instagram. However, I do believe a wider, or I should say global release will take place, but it's just unknown at this time. But as soon as additional details are available, that will go into the next news video. On to Jordan Brand, and this shoe is either you love it or hate it. I've seen a few people actually like this shoe. They're mentioned in some of the previous videos in the comment section, but then I see a lot of people that hate this model. I guess it depends on the colorway, and here is something that really screams summer, but this is the Jordan 6 rings, and they kind of have a Concord and South Beach vibe to them. Now, they feature white mesh on the upper, black patent leather runs across the mudguard, and then adding for the South Beach theme, we have accents of pink and blue. Also, there's a little bit of yellow that lands on the Air Jordan 8 inspired tongue branding. Now, if this is something you're interested in purchasing, they are available now at select retailers, including online at Nike.com, and retail price is $165. Now, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure I've seen this pair floating around a while ago. However, it is making the rounds as far as news, so I did want to include this pair. Next up, we have a detailed look as well as a release date for the Air Jordan 33 SC Black Cement. Inspired by the Air Jordan 3, the shoes feature a black, fire red, particle gray, and cell color combination. We got black across the upper, very subtle elephant print that wraps the heel, and then gray on the tongue. We also have red on the Jumpman logos, and then white on the Nike branding located on the heel. Finishing the look is a white midsole and icy translucent outsole. As for the release details, this pair will drop on May 3rd, and retail price will be $160. We now have a detailed look at the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG, known as Dynamic Yellow. I shared some images the other day, and they were just preview images. It wasn't detailed or anything, but what it looked like is on the left shoe, Dynamic Yellow is used on the medial swoosh, and then the unfinished stitching is on the lateral. Now on the right shoe, the unfinished stitching is on the medial, and I kind of assumed that Dynamic Yellow would land on the swoosh on the lateral side. But with these new images, it looks totally different. So the left shoe will stay the same, unfinished stitching on the lateral side, and then Dynamic Yellow on the medial, but the right shoe will be completely unfinished. This shoe honestly is not making any sense to me. There has to be some sort of theme here. I know Off-White kind of started this whole unfinished look, and we've gotten a few other releases as well as collaborations that took a page out of their book. But something else we could see here is the tongue, which is constructed with leather, and that's pretty much it for the shoe. But like I was saying, I'm pretty sure there'll be a full story coming out from Jordan Brand. I really hope there is, but we'll have to wait on that. We still don't have a release date, but they're set to drop sometime in July, and retail price will be $160. We now have a detailed look at the Nike SB Air Jordan 1 Low Midnight Navy that is a collaboration with Eric Koston, or at the very least he designed the shoe, and we found that out because on the tag inside of the tongue it has his signature. But looking closer, they feature Midnight Navy on the overlays, white on the base, then we have silver on the swoosh, and then Ember Glow hits that little Jumpman on the toe and the inside of the tongue. Finishing this pair off, we have Nike SB branding on the tongue, a white midsole, and a Midnight Navy outsole. Again, we don't have a release date for the shoe. They are expected to drop sometime this summer, however it could be sooner than that, and the retail price will be $110. As most of you know, the Nike SB Air Jordan 1 Court Purple, aka LA, aka Chicago, will be releasing in late May. Now the shoes start off representing the Lakers, and the upper features fadeaway paint, so over time they'll start to resemble the Chicago Bulls. Now I showed you a preview sometime back of how the shoe looks, totally stripped of the Los Angeles Lakers colors, but now we have more images, and I feel that it's a much cleaner job than what we saw before. Now overall, I think this is actually pretty dope. It actually looks a lot better. The red, it does pop. On the other images, it was kind of dull, and that could have been due to the photos itself, the lighting, or colors weren't completely removed. Now, one thing that's a little bit setting me off on the shoe is the black stitching. I think it sticks out a little too much, but again, this isn't a OG Chicago 1. It does feature Nike SB branding. This pair is set to release on May 25th. Retail price is $175. What I've been told is the Court Purple pair will be an exclusive to Nike SB retailers, and then the light bone pair that will also be available at Nike SB retailers and select Jordan Brand retailers. So not all of them will get them. So your best bet if you want one or both would be to hit up some skate shops. We have new images of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG being called Obsidian or UNC, and this is the men's version. You guys might remember that back around All-Star Weekend, they dropped a women's pair which featured patent leather, and the color blocking was slightly different, and this pair is dressed in Cell Obsidian and University Blue. This pair is definitely growing on me, but going over it really quick, we have Obsidian on the swoosh, eye stays wrapping the toe, hinted on the collar, laces, and then the liner. White hits the base as well as the midsole, and then we have University Blue hinted on the tongue, wraps the heel, and lands on the ankle collar overlay. Once again, we got Obsidian, and that runs across the outsole. So as for a release date, this pair is scheduled to drop on August 17th. There's still a lot of time from now until then, so anything can happen. The date could be pushed forward or back, and retail price will be $160. Now, I heard that this pair will be a general release. However, I can't 100% confirm that at the time, but I should be hearing more details very soon. It's been a while since we talked about the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low, and now we have a new image giving us a better look. And I know what some of you are thinking, the Air Jordan 1 isn't as popular as the High. I totally get that. But you guys may have noticed that in the start of the year, Jordan Brand went hard on the Air Jordan 1 Mid. Now, they didn't release collaborations on it, but they did drop a lot of nice colorways. And if you've been watching these news videos, you know that Jordan Brand is also releasing some nice colorways on the Air Jordan 1 Low. For example, we have the Shattered Backboard coming, the Court Purple. During the start of this month, we had 3 OG-like colorways. Well, I shouldn't say 3, more like 2. So they're basically setting the platform up for the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low to release, and honestly, it doesn't need a platform. The shoes will sell itself, but I feel that with them doing this, there'll just be more hype surrounding the Air Jordan 1 Low. So if you miss out on this pair or you do grab it, you might want to purchase another Air Jordan 1 Low. But with all that being said, that's more speculation and everything. This pair is known as Dark Mocha. They feature a black Dark Mocha University Red and Cell color combination. Once again, we have a backward swoosh that lands on the lateral side, done in white. And then the medial side will feature just a regular swoosh, and that features Mocha. And just behind that, we have Cactus Jack branding. We also have black on the panels as well as the toe. Red lands on the wings logo as well as some sort of character on the heel. Following, we have Cell across the midsole, kind of gives it a vintage look. And then Dark Mocha on the outsole. So we don't have a set release date nor a retail price, but they are expected to drop sometime this September. Also expect this to be a limited release. I don't know numbers or how limited. All that will be coming probably in the next few months. I woke up about 9:30 a.m. I grabbed my phone, head to Instagram looking for something to post, and then I see news that 2 colorways of the Air Jordan 14 in collaboration with Supreme is releasing this year. After that, I didn't even post. I said, man, it's too early for this. I went back to sleep. And then I woke up at 1 and dug a little bit deeper. Now, I don't know where this rumor started because as of now, this is just a rumor. It's likely to happen, but what I don't like about the rumor is we don't have a color description, nor do we have a product numbers. That makes it more factual that they're going to come out, but at the end of the day, a shoe can have a color description, a product number, and they could still be scrapped. For example, we have the Fadeaway Air Jordan 7s. They were set to release, I believe, last year. Don't quote me on that. They were all red. They were in the system, ready to go, and Jordan Brand said, hey, we're not releasing these. I don't know why. Same situation with the Air Jordan 12 Taxi and Cherry. And as of now, a release on those 2 is unknown, but definitely is needed. So getting back to the shoes, like I mentioned, 2 colorways of the Supreme Air Jordan 14 is set to release. What we can expect, of course, and all I could say if this does happen, both will feature Jumpman branding as well as Supreme logos. It is rumored that the shoe is on the production line at a Nike factory. I don't know which one. And the release time frame is between fall or winter 2019. And as you guys probably already know, there isn't a retail price. I hope it stays $190. As soon as we have more information on this collaboration, both colorways or even one, that will go in the following news video. But let me know your thoughts on Supreme collaborating on the Air Jordan 14. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on sneakerfiles.com and then we take it to YouTube. Once again, shout out to you guys for watching this video, watching the latest news video. And if you haven't done so already, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the red button below. Now, if there's enough news, I definitely will make sure to have a video up tomorrow. If not, then I'll try to put enough together for a Friday release. So be on the lookout for that. And with that being said, once again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to sneakerfiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.